The greatest wealth transfer in history, but it's the wrong one. My name is C.F. Hutter, and if your business buys Bitcoin, you can call me Chauncey. Growing up, back in the day, my parents had a lot of really wealthy baby boomer friends. They were right on that trajectory. If you were in the 70s, you bought a house right after the 70s recession, people saw what inflation did. They had to put their money somewhere. They put it in their house. Okay, people put in your parents, my parents, well, their parents, they put it in usually the place where they lived, and that grew, and all of a sudden the value in the 80s and the boom in the 90s, and all of a sudden these houses that cost, $150,000 20, 30 years earlier are now costing $1 million, depending on what city and what state you lived in. That was normal. Okay, a lot of technology happened. The internet boom was icing on the cake. But between real estate and technology in the 80s and 90s, all boats went up, right? All the money, everybody got wealthier. When I say everybody, you know what I mean. So Wall Street calls the great wealth transfer in history. It's going to happen when the parents, those people that went from a $500,000 house to a $5 million house, that people that had regular jobs on Wall Street now made $100 million. And all these people, there's like 40 or 50 trillion dollars in the United States they're in their 70s and 80s and older or whatever, but they've got money that's going to get passed on to the kids. That's what Wall Street calls the greatest wealth transfer. I'm not saying that's not wealth. And I'm not saying that's not going to transfer. It is. But here's a bigger deal. Here's a bigger wealth transfer. It's the biggest wealth transfer ever. And it's Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin from whatever price it is now. Let's just call it $60,000. It's going to go to $60 million a coin. And people are like, what are you talking about? What are you, smoking crack? Well, you're crazy. $60 million for a coin? Yes. I'll say it. Nobody else says it. I'll say it. I'll say it because it's just math. It doesn't matter when you're watching this video. Bitcoin could be 60,000, 80, 100,000, whatever. And people don't believe it's going to go to, it'll probably go to $1 million in however many years, end of the decade. I'm telling you, it's going to happen a lot faster than people realize. And I don't know when it gets to 60 million. Nobody knows. But eventually, in the coming years, decade or two, I don't know, it's going to be that kind of number. Why? Math. Money has to go somewhere. You have trillions of dollars that's bad money that's leaking, losing value. It's like getting shot in the gut and you're bleeding out. You can't stop it. That money is bleeding out, and money in these banks and these different assets are losing value. It's not just the dollar's the good place compared to the other currencies around the earth. The dollar's decent compared to everybody else. And all these other nations, everybody is hemorrhaging money. It has to go someplace. It's going to go to Bitcoin. Oh, you can say, I wish I bought Bitcoin at $10 or $100. I wish I bought it at $1,000 or $10,000. Bro, it doesn't matter. $60,000 is going to be like a rounding error. We're going to watch Bitcoin and it's going to be like, whoa, we're watching our market today and Bitcoin's up $65,000 today. Oh, it's down. Sorry, it went back down 70,000. Oh, it's up 100 an hour later. It's no big deal. It's going to be, because it's going to be so big, 60,000 is going to be nothing. Why is this? It's because Bitcoin is limited. It's the only asset on the planet that is finite. There's no more of them. You can't say that about anything else. You can, what about land? Well, go look half of the beaches now they're adding on land left and right to put up houses. What about the Manhattan? Well, they keep putting higher buildings and they go up. I mean, whether it's land or buildings, or whatever, there's people adding. Just look at. You can look at land. You can look at fancy financial mechanisms that people put their money in to say it's going to go up. They say, well, what about my business? I can put my money there. What about this? What about that? It doesn't matter where you put it. There is nothing on the planet that is more secure, more limited and finite, and people can't get it. They can't take your stuff. If you properly secure your Bitcoin, they can't take your stuff. Now, the politicians can, they can tax your land. Government can take your land or your buildings. They can do all kinds of stuff. You can put a Bitcoin and a 12-word phrase in your brain, and you can do whatever you want and go wherever you want and buy or sell and do whatever you want. And that's not even my point. My point is, pick a date after any time after 2034 when 99% of the Bitcoin will have been mined by then, and you tell me, how do you like Bitcoin now? How do you like Bitcoin now after 2034? So between now and then, it's buy time. It's buy all the Bitcoin you can get your hands on time. Because the greatest wealth transfer in history, yes, it's parents that are wealthy leaving it to their children. Yes, I get it. But for all the rest of everybody, it's buy Bitcoin and watch number go up. It's Bitcoin time.